Hello and welcome to my next video on stress and managing stress, a drug-free way of managing stress. Now, stress is one of the most prevalent factors for premature aging and a raft of health issues. And unfortunately, in our contemporary society, it is a huge problem. It doesn't come with a health warning like a packet of cigarettes or a bottle of alcohol, yet it causes a lot of damage. So, how do you manage stress? I mean, a lot of people these days, whether it's home, whether they're domestic environments, whether they're professional lives, are highly stressed and it's impacting their health in numerous ways. So, some of the most practical and easiest ways of dealing with stress are very simple. Starting number one, hydrate. Drink a lot of water. And when I say drink a lot of water, I'm saying drink plain water. Don't drink iced water, don't add things to water, don't heat it up, don't have warm water, just plain room temperature water. Because what that does is that relieves the stress on your endocrine system that is being produced by high levels of cortisol. Now, both modern medicine and ancient medicine talk about stress in detail and how it impacts your body. I've done a separate video on that. Guys, feel free to have a look at it. But needless to say, if you fill yourself up with water in high stress situations, you would see that'll calm you down or would have a lowering of stress impact. Second thing, take deep breaths. And just take 45 deep breaths. Just deep inhalation and then just exhale. If you can, go out in fresh air, go to the park nearby, go to a terrace, just breathe. And do those 45 breaths, and I guarantee you by the time you finish your 45th breath, you are going to feel a lot better. Why this is? Because what you're doing is you are moving energy and you're enhancing your lung chi when you are oxygenating your blood by doing so, and thereby reducing or lowering the negative impact of high cortisol development in your body to some extent. Now, what else can you do? Well, under ancient medicine, as we look at stress, we see stress as rush of energy to the brain. And whether it's Ayurveda or it's traditional Chinese medicine, what it talks about is moving energy flow. And some of the best ways of doing that is, yoga, qigong, tai chi. Now, why I say these exercises? Because even people in frail health, older people, people that are not very strong, can do gentler exercises. Tai Chi is very good. You'd see a lot of older people doing it because it helps you move your energy through body and essentially eliminate it from your head, or Shen as we call the mind under TCM. So that is a great way to managing stress. It'll take you 10 minutes, move that energy through your body. If you're younger, you are in great health and you're physically fit, well, by all means, go for something like Orange Theory or F45, where there's a burst of energy and you're able to release energy rather quickly. You could go for a run, you could go for a swim, a cold water swim. For 10 minutes would do wonders in releasing your stress because it's again moving energy out of your body. So number 4. Now, people come around and say, look, I can't do all that. Maybe I can do some things, but I'm a banker or I'm a surgeon and we're constantly in high stress environments. So we just can't extract ourselves. I get that. You're sitting in your office, you have your stress triggers, or you cannot eliminate yourself from there, but you can take a couple of minutes. You take a couple of minutes in the office itself, in your chair, and you turn around and go, I'm going to disassociate myself from myself. Now, this kind of sounds weird, but it's like you elevate and extract yourself out of that situation, and you look at yourself from an elevated point and see yourself as a family member, a friend who has come seeking help because they are highly stressed. What are you going to tell them? That gives you perspective. That gives you an objective perspective because you're essentially giving that advice to a third party, except it's not a third party, you're giving that advice to yourself. Number 5, take another step into a self-reflection, and you go, okay, these stress triggers are great because they're causing me a lot of problems. So what do I do about it? If the worst was to come to pass, would it be as bad as you getting a stroke and being in a vegetative state? Would it really impact your life as bad 10 years from now, 20 years from now, 40 years from now? Ask yourself those questions. The objective is to look beyond the short-term implications of your stress triggers. It looks like your world might be collapsing, but if you really look at it from a 50,000 feet view of life, beyond the short-term perspective, you'd see things are never as bad. You will always be able to work your way through things. Then, last point, the first couple of points were about managing stress when it actually hits. But let's say you're somebody that is constantly in and out of a stressful environment, and you can't eliminate that. Ideally, you'd like to eliminate it, but you can't, because it just happens to be a job. It happens to be the way your life is set up. So what do? You come up with a stress management plan where you know that you're going to be in a stressful situation. So what do? You hydrate beforehand. You drink plenty of water. You change your food and dietary habits to keep you calm. Foods that calm the shen, calm the mind. And then you practice, as I said, yoga or Tai Chi, or you do workouts, because you know you're going to be walking into high stress environments and there's not a lot you can do. So you got to stay fit. And once you have a stress management plan in place, make sure you meticulously follow it. And while you're doing that, reevaluate your life and see if what you're doing is really worth it, because there's always options. High sustained stress would eventually be very, very detrimental for your health. If it doesn't kill you, it'll make you very sick. So please take care, look after yourself, and strive for inner peace and balance. Thank you.